We're back. Marcus Moore, Encyclopedia Black, Still Broke Podcast. Still digesting the news with Justin getting traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers and fighting Mike Tomlins over there. Man, still, it is what it is. It is what it is. The so-called Twitter warfare between Caleb people and Justin people are not quite over yet. Everybody's not bending the knee just yet. So it is kind of fun. It's kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie. When I see middle-aged white women cussing dudes out, I think that's fun, man. That's fun. That's fun. So I'm here for it. I'm here for it. But as far as Justin's concerned, I want to touch base on this. I mean, I think the people who are Justin Fields supporters and wanted Justin to stay. And for the record, I still believe that was the best decision. I still believe holding on to Justin and trading the first pick and building this roster was probably the best bet for me because I believe in Justin's ceiling. But if you don't believe in that and you feel like Caleb Williams is that dude, which obviously the Bears did, then you move on with Caleb, and that's what happened. But I think that people who are Bears people, Justin Fields supporters, they feel some type of way because of two things. They don't feel some type of way about Caleb Williams. If you watch Caleb Williams play, if you know who Caleb Williams is, he's a dog, man. I hate to say this term again, and Jalen used this term to describe Justin Fields, but Caleb Williams is also one of those ones. He really is. And he's going to be successful. And if you haven't seen him, you're about to see something special, I believe. I really do. I really do. But it wasn't about Caleb Williams. It was about sacrificing Justin Fields to get Caleb Williams. That was the issue. It was about sacrificing, quote unquote, our guy to get Caleb Williams. And why? Because Justin Fields not only went through all the bull jive and the teardown and the non-support around him to try to bring any kind of success and excitement to this team. He's one of those guys, man, that his ceiling was just never, it just wasn't tapped. Like, we did not get to this kid's ceiling. He has a lot of untapped potential. And the Bears were just never able to get on the same page with that. They were never able to develop him and get him to his ceiling and get him to his untapped potential. And I think that's the most frustrating part about this is that we didn't get to see it as Bears fans. And we hope we get to see it with him moving forward in the National Football League. We'll talk about that in a second, but as Bears fans, we didn't get to see what we all thought we were going to see when the Bears drafted him in 2021 at pick number 11. We didn't get to see it. And we know it's there. And as Bears fans, you thought he finally got some pieces around him. And you were finally about to see everything that we knew that he had in him. Because we saw glimpses of it. We saw a lot of Superman out there. We saw a lot of it. And we were finally about to see the rest of his game unlock, and the Bears just weren't able to do it. And before they got all the pieces to do it, they got rid of him. And I think that's the most disappointing part about it, is that you had to sacrifice this kid, and you didn't get to see the potential here in a Chicago Bears uniform. Now, if you think as a Caleb Williams supporter that the Bears are going to be exponentially better with him next year than they would be with Justin Fields, you're just lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself. And we can go over the numbers, we can go over the stats, and we can do all of that if we want to support that. But Justin Fields is one of the most talented players, not just quarterbacks, in this league. He is by far the most dynamic quarterback and exciting quarterback that the Bears have ever had. And probably one of the most dynamic in the league. I mean, you're talking about a list of Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Justin Fields, Kyler Murray. Those are the guys. 3 of those guys have starting jobs. 1 of them does not. And what all those 3 had in common is that they had a coach that leaned into their talents. Baltimore went all in. After Lamar got in his rookie year, when they went to start him the next year, they said, listen, we're going all in on what Lamar does well. With Brian Daboll, they went all in on what Josh Allen does well. Cliff Kingsbury went all in on what Kyler Murray does well. Luke Getsy, not so much. Not so much. So you see the difference. And because of that, we didn't get to see what we thought we were going to get to see consistently. And therefore, he was sacrificed as they built this thing to where they wanted to build it, to bring in Caleb Williams. Now, again, Caleb is going to be, in my opinion, a top 10, a top 5 talent. But I also believe that of Justin Fields. And that's what's disappointing about it. That's the disappointing about it, that we just didn't get to see it. And whose fault was it? We're going to put it on the organization because they didn't do right by him. They didn't do right by him while he was here, and they didn't do right by him moving on from him. Now, people want to say, oh, well, now it's reports that there were multiple teams that were looking for Justin, and basically Ryan Poles let Justin decide about going to Pittsburgh. So we're supposed to give him his props. Nah. Let me see the details on that. Who wanted him? What were the offers? Because let me ask you this. Did Minnesota want him? Kevin O'Connell been trying to get a dual threat quarterback for a long time now. They put some offers up for Anthony Richardson last year. They've been trying to get one of those guys. So you going to send him to Minnesota? I don't think so. You're not sending him in division. So if they're one of the guys and they wanted him, that's the best place to send him. He's starting right now, tomorrow. But you're not trying to see him twice a year. So who are you doing a favor for? You or Justin? So I need to see and hear all the details before I start giving attaboys to Ryan Poles on that. And let's think about it. Because you drug him through the mud for so long, we don't know if anybody's going to pick up his fifth-year option. That's $26 million. So now he's missing out on guaranteed money because of the bull job that he had to go through. That's doing me a favor for you, Justin Fields? I don't think so. So let's pump the brakes a little bit when it comes down to let's give Ryan Poles some props because Justin wanted to go to Pittsburgh and he took a lesser deal to go to Pittsburgh. Hell, that's the least you could do. You just cost me $26 million. That's the least you can do is let me pick my team. And as far as the team goes, I don't know what to think about it. And that's why I say I don't know the options. I don't know why Justin picked Pittsburgh, why his representatives picked Pittsburgh. They say because Russ is on a one-year deal, there's no commitment to Russ. But then there's reports that they're looking to extend Russ after 2024. But obviously they want to see how it goes first. So if you're going to see how it goes with Russ, and they told Justin he's going to be the backup, then you're a one-year rental for what? To be a backup? You're not a backup in this league. Justin's not a backup. He's one of 32, and so is Russell Wilson. They are both 1 of 32. We start looking around this league. We're looking at guys like Jacoby Brissett, Sam Darnold, Drew Lock's fighting for a job with Daniel Jones. So what are we talking about? What are we doing? Russell Wilson and Justin Fields are 1 of 32 out here. Let's stop all the you-know-what. Stop all that. But now, they have to not even fight it out because maybe it's not a competition. Now, if there was a competition between Russell and Justin, I'll put my money on Justin. Not because Russ can't play, but like I told you before, Justin is everything Russ ever wanted to be. Justin's the supersized version of Russ. Justin is Voltron to Russ. That's just what he is. So if it was an open competition, I like Justin, but it's not from what I hear. So I don't know about that. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I'm not sure where you're going to be with that. I have to see this situation when we get closer to the situation, when we get closer to it and see exactly what it really is. Because what I believe is this. I believe they told Russ what they told him. And then they're about to see Justin Fields up close and personal. And he is a great guy. Both of them are. He's younger. The locker room's going to love him. And when they see what he can do and see the size of this cat and the athleticism and the arm strength, it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough to sit him on a bench. It's going to be tough to have that sitting there, okay? It's going to be tough to do so. It's like some guys, when you got the Lamborghini, man, and it's a sunny day, it's hard not to take it out to drive. It's hard not to. It's hard. It's a sunny day, man. It's Lambo time. So it's going to be hard to keep that car parked in the garage. It really is. So we're going to see what happens when it comes to that. So him going to Pittsburgh, all right, did you do him any favors? I don't know. If you want to make yourself sleep better at night, I guess. But costing me $20-something million ain't doing me no favors at all. Sending me to a team for me to be a backup ain't doing me any favors at all. So if you want to tell yourself that to make yourself feel good, all right, cool. Do what you got to do. But again, as far as Bears fans are concerned, I do not think that it's as much about Caleb Williams as it is about not doing right by Justin Fields and sacrificing Justin Fields for Caleb Williams. Again, if you've seen Caleb Williams play, and if you haven't seen him play, he can go, ladies and gentlemen. He can go. He's one of them dudes, man. And his bravado and his confidence is going to fit in Chicago just fine. Now, he's going to have to change his king celebration. It's a Jordantown. This ain't the king around here. But he's really good, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to find out sooner or later. But as far as Justin is concerned, to sacrifice him, because we think he's really good as well. And we think Justin is one of those ones. And we know that his potential was untapped and wasn't reached. And the simple fact that we don't get to see this in a Bears uniform after everything he did for that team and for this city, and how he led that team, and how he played for that team, and how he sacrificed his body for that team during the teardown with nothing in front of him, just to put out a respectable team that people can go and watch and pay their money for. You saw it. Atlanta, the whole crowd chanting his name. It's not by accident. I've never seen that since I've been a Bears fan. Never. So we know the dude is special, man. And it sucks that we don't get to see him be extra special here when it's finally time to be extra special. And that's our disappointment with that. That's our disappointment. It ain't got nothing to do with Caleb. Nothing to do with Caleb whatsoever. But everything to do with the Bears and the lack of his development. And then once they get the team around him, getting rid of him has everything to do with that. And nothing to do with Caleb. We'll welcome Caleb in with open arms, whatever number he wears, and he'll be new QB1. And a lot of Bears fans will still follow Justin and support his career as a Pittsburgh Steeler. So that's where we are. I think that's where we stand as fans on that. We'll get into some other conversation on what this means to the Bears locker room later on. But for right now, just want to touch base on that so everybody can stop going at each other. But I'm going to hold on a little bit longer, man, because I'm just having some fun with this. So if you got something smart to say, we can go ahead and do that on X because I got time. So we can go ahead and do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to jump in here with these middle-aged white ladies and go ahead and cuss everybody out because we having a good time. We are not bending a knee just yet. I am not laying down my sword just yet. We will have our vengeance. And you know the rest. I'm out of here. Still Bro Podcast. We'll catch you next time. Peace.